lunatic that I don't with that did try to kill Trump. You know what they're gonna say? It was staged. You're a fucking idiot. Listen to, like, I didn't even hear what she said. Amanda Seals, listen to this.
That shit was more staged than a Tyler Perry production of Medea Runs for President. I lived in Harlem long enough to know that gunshots do not sound like making popcorn on the stove.
Yo, Amanda Seals, you're a fucking idiot. I got 50 guns. I've heard every single gunshot from a 22, a 308, a 357, a 50 cal. I've heard a 223, 556, 9mm, 40 cal, 40. I've heard it all. They all sound different and also distant matters. This is why a bitch like you should shut the fuck up.
Ain't that the same dude that got an egg put in his face?
This is why, like, some of y'all are so glued into whatever political view y'all have, y'all dismiss reality. Bitch, wake up! There's a fucking whole investigation by the FBI outside in Butler. Drive over there and go see if they're investigating state shit.
I lived in Harlem.
You lived in Harlem? I got all the guns that they shooting. You just sound like a bitch who's running her fucking mouth for no fucking reason. This is half of America. Oh, it's staged. You think people want to convince you? The fuck is this even talking about? I hate people who are so stuck in their ways. And by the way, I want to be very clear. If this happened to Biden, I'll be reacting the same way. Bro, democracy is bigger than Trump and Biden. These days, people are so aligned to a party or a side that they only expound thoughts that align with them. So, for example, these days, people are so stupid that if they believe, put it like this, if they like Trump, anything Biden does is going to be fake. That's good. If they...
Are we done with him? I don't like neither one of them. But I know some fake shit when I see it.
Okay.
He need to get his personal life straight. He throws too many insults to be getting egged on live TV or live drug streams. So I guess I get him though, because we don't know if the gun had a suppression on it. If it was silenced. They're claiming it was 450 some yard, 52 yards away. So I don't comment on the gun sounds because it just depends on what gun you have. But I'm talking about the actions of the people. And yeah, they will try to convince people. That's what's even crazier. People don't believe that there was an investigation for Martin Luther King. There was an investigation for John F. Kennedy. There was an investigation for Malcolm X. Yeah, they're going to investigate. Because if they don't, then how do they sell the story? There was an investigation for 9/11. So, I mean, he can call people fucking idiots all day, but the whole government is crooked. That's what I'm trying to get people to understand. It ain't just Trump. It ain't just Joe.
That shit was more staged than a Tyler Perry production of Medea Runs for President. I lived in Harlem long enough to know that gunshots do not sound like making popcorn on the stove. Where'd the blood come from? So in theater, in movies, they have what's called blood pellets. They even, people use them in Halloween. It's basically like a pellet of fake blood that's in your mouth, and when you crush it, the blood comes out. To be frank, Small Hands Trump would not respond by raising his fist in the air triumphantly were an actual attempt made on his life. This was, I believe, done to try to show his strength counter to Biden's fragility. But oh my God, Molly, you in danger, girl.
But you have people, and it's not even the event; it's everything that's gonna come after it. It's all
Exactly.
it's
That's what
all
they
the
want. Civil
pictures,
war.
it's all the news clippings, it's all everything is made to be theatric, so it can induce civil unrest. You know what I mean? Like,
Exactly.
even God forbid, let's say it was successful, you would have had people saying those are fake brains, those ain't real brains, because with real brains they look more, you understand what I'm saying? Like, you would have people sitting on the internet saying that those were, I've heard people with the JFK situation, like, talking about he's still alive. So you always gonna have people that just align on one side, and no matter what, anything outside of bringing them to the situation and letting them witness it for themselves, that's the only way they're gonna believe it, man.
Well,
Yeah,
but
and
see,
that's
this is
tragic. That's called being delusional. But we're not gonna sit here and act like
And that's where we live in. That's the world we live in right now.
the
I mean,
government
this,
has staged several things since we've been alive. Anybody in their 40s know our government is crooked as a as
but
a,
just think
a
about
as
it
a
for
crowbar.
well, just think about it for a second. Like how far people were willing to go when it came to the January 6th um, fiasco that took place at the nation's capital, right? And then how far that got out of hand, right? And now people having these types of discussions and these types of conversations on the morning commute, in the office, in public spaces, etc. Insert here. People are gonna feel the type of way, whether they think that it was real, whether it's fake, whether they're going to stand on business and align with whatever political party they feel strongly about. You're gonna find that people outside in the general public spaces are gonna fight much more harder than people on the political campaign for the people. You're going to find that people are going to fight much harder against themselves than the actual candidates running for presidency fighting for the people. You
I was
know,
on a podcast last night talking about that, and I said, if civil war was to break out, where the most deaths gonna be?
the larger metropolitan cities.
The civilians.
Yeah.
They're not gonna be fighting in Washington. They're gonna be sitting up there laughing at all of us. Him, Joe Biden, all of them, congressmen. So my whole thing about it is just be careful what you buy into, because they will stage something to turn us against each other. That's all I'm saying. I'm neither a Democrat or Republican.
C19. You seeing how
I
that?
All
hope
right.
that somebody else wins. I'm praying because I think they're working together personally.